is clear on my end. Yabashim Yashar Brakatham, Bahashim Wadash. We say Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Wadash. And we give double honors to our apostle elders, which apostle elders are a great millstone, which feed us with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding through the spirit and power of Yabashim Yahweh Shai. 2023, which is the hopeful year that all the prophecies are accomplished and fulfilled. Man, hey, 744, beautiful, beautiful. Right in front, hey, 7448, hey. The lesson starting off beautiful. Nah, but I just wanted to jump into this because I was at work and I seen the TV and everything that's going on now. You got to watch everything that goes in the media. Everything that goes in the media is that's it's there for a reason, you know. That's why they had the Ukraine situation going 24 hours because that was for a reason. Now it's just they switch, you know, with it the war is getting even more severe. All right, the war in Ukraine is getting more severe. We're in times, but now because you got to think Trump he's set up. He's not a nobody. He's somebody. Damn, I couldn't even see the damn light. But Trump is not a he. We believe he's reincarnated as one of the Caesars, coming back. So he's playing an important role. He's always been groomed for this. He's always been groomed for this position because of his TV show. He's always been a personality, if you want to say that, in the nation's eyes. Now they turned him into this the great white hope, you know, the hope of Esau, you know, in America. Because guess what? To make something great again, that means it's not too great. That means it's not what it used to be, and that's a tall tale sign. Esau's admitting that shit ain't going right, and that should be a sign to us that we know what's going on. We know what's happening. The average Edomite don't know what's going on because they think that their country was built on blood, sweat, and tears of their ancestors strapping up their boots and putting in work. But they did put in work. They put in corrupt work. When was America great? Was it when the Native Americans were being slaughtered? Was it when slavery was in full fledged, or was it in where you were oppressing people to gain money? And they said they gained the wealth. Shalom, Yabashim Yashab Rakatav, Hashim Dash. I was waiting on you, bro. Nah. But Shalom, brother. You already know when the precepts flow, let them go, and I'm gonna pick them up. I'm gonna alley-oop them. But Americans don't realize that what you're witnessing is the dismantling of your nation and drama. The Most High said he's a power of, what does it say? He's gonna make Yahweh Shai a rock of stumbling and of offense. The Most High deals in drama, just like he said he sent the Son. He didn't send the Son in a way for the Israel to just take him in and say, oh, the Messiah, here he cometh, let us rejoice. No, he came lonely. He didn't come like everybody thought he was going to come. So the Most High deals in surprises. He's the inventor of a surprise. He's the inventor of drama. He's the great movie maker on high, man. And this is his magnum opus. And I'm taking that word from the apostle. I've known of that word from this video game I played, but it was just spiritual that the Lord had the apostle bring that out. The word magnum opus, you know, the great work. You know, that's what we're living, the greatest work ever, the greatest screenplay ever to live out, and we're actors in it. But Trump, in this case, is bread and circus for the old Edomites, for the middle-aged Edomites because guess what? They're not feeling the same way. This should let us know that they're not feeling the same way that they've always felt. They're feeling anxiety about something. They're feeling like they're losing something, that they have to gain it back. And what are they feeling that they're losing is that power, man. And now they're fighting amongst themselves. It's not even, we're going against the blacks, because guess what? It's Democrats versus Republicans in the play of it. But really what it is the Edom against Edom. Same thing with Russia. Russia's Edomites. The Europeans are Edomites. Some certain of the European, those that you see, you got confusion of face in there, but they're Edomites. We're in a time where the Lord is dismantling Esau and he wants us to watch it. It's a joke, man. It's a joke. There's no good president. That only choices you got that's well known is Trump or Biden, and you already see that. You already know what you. I don't need to say anything. You already know by that. That's their choices, man. You got a guy that they said that he needed to wear a diaper, which you can look that up for yourself. We're in a time where this is a great work. The Lord is hurting this man. He's not just taking Esau out, he's torturing Esau. This is a torture right here. This is the Lord slowly injecting the knife into this Edomite, man. He's injecting it because it's a joke, man. It's a complete joke. They got this man taking speeches and you see the thing, but for us, what we should be concentrated on is prophecy. Prophecy, prophecy, prophecy. That's our main, that's the name of the game. That's prophecy is king right now, man. Like they say, cotton is king. The prophecies is king right now. I'm getting ready to go to the little park to stop. But what you see is distractions. This is all distractions. It's movie magic. That's why we should keep ourselves on prophecy, because if it's not dealing with that, then we scoot that to the side, man. You got these scoffers that are coming up. You got through any camps, through camps that are coming together. We're in a beautiful time. But the main point I'm saying is that this proves this is Rome all over again, because Rome had senates and they had that process the same thing, that democracy. All right, that's what you see happening right now is a breakdown of a democracy, and something's gonna happen behind this with these Edomites that are gun toting Edomites, man. These southern belt Edomites. They're not gonna let Trump go. That's their guide point. The elites set up Trump as something for these to stir up these Edomites that are in that mindset of ready to war, because the elites they're not American. The elites, a lot of the elites and wealthy rich, they don't even live in America. The people that own the Federal Reserve do not live in America. Check that out. The family that owns the Federal Reserve banking industry does not live in America. So they don't have no American interest in mind. They have globalist interest in mind. They have a global interest because their control is global. America is just a facet of their conglomerate, if I want to say that. It ain't nothing to them. That's why they want to dismantle this place. They're gonna take it to a third world country, damn near, and they're gonna bring in this digital currency, and they're gonna put what nation in power, and they're leaning towards China. Why is that? Why are they picking China? Because China has a communist. They have a you do what the government says, or that's your ass. That's the elite's perfect wet dream right there, man. That's why you're gonna have this credit social score if you don't do this, if you don't walk right. That's why the cameras have been in place. They've been building this system right in front of you. Why do you think every street light has a camera? And they said that they'll send you a ticket if you run a red light. And I've got one before. Not me technically got one, but I know somebody that was in a vehicle and they had something, and so they got the ticket and they sent them a ticket. So the same thing with this credit social score. When you do something, they're just gonna deduct it and they're gonna send you the mail. They're gonna send you the letter in the mail saying this is why we deducted your account. You did X, Y, and Z, and you have this many points on your credit score. That's what it's gonna be. The prison is already built. That's why cameras are everywhere. Cameras are right where you don't even think there's cameras.
Baba Kasha. Ah, shit.
Hey, is the sound back? Is the sound back? Let me know. Sure. Let me know if the sound, whenever calls come in, the sound will sound to mess up. Man, let me turn this air down. Jeez. Okay, the water. Let me pull this Daniel back up. This is Daniel's 8 and verse 25, and it says, and through his policies also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, in his mind. That's what you see, a magnification. Esau has what is it called? A Napoleon complex. A Napoleon complex is somebody that is smaller and thinks that they're bigger in their mind. They have to compensate their size with their pomp, their pompous, their attitude. They have to do things over and beyond because Esau knows he's not supposed to rule. Rulership does not look good on him, man. Look what he's done with it. And it says, and by peace shall he destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. That's the time we coming to. Esau is going to fight the Most High, but all the things we're setting up now is we have to watch this because this is making Esau look worse and worse and worse. This is not for his benefit. This is the same thing when Jake was being taken down in the time of Solomon and Rehoboam. That was just like the Lord separated the northern and the southern kingdom. The Lord is separating Esau's kingdom. He's separating it. There's a schism. And it was all over how Rehoboam should conduct himself with Israel. And he chose the latter. He chose to listen to the wrong opinion. He chose it wasn't wrong, it was set up in the spirit, but he chose something that was harsher for the people. Same thing you see today. So Israel got mad and split. So Esau is splitting in his own nation. He doesn't have cohesion. That's what you don't have here. You don't have a cohesion what you had back in the day, 20 years ago, 15 years ago. Know the sound. The sound again, huh? Let me know if the sound went off. I'm gonna have to cut this thing off if the sound is.
All right. Salakia. I hope it's back on. I'm just gonna drive now. Salakia Akim. Wathium Salakia. Forgive me. But I had to get this off. I hope the sound is back on. Baba Kasha. Let me see. Okay, we good. But this is what you see, a dismantling of Esau's society, his world. The Lord is torturing this man. He's not taking him down overnight. The water, brother, the water. He's not taking them down overnight. He's not taking them down. He's taking them down brick by brick, piece by piece. He's making the world see his shame. He's making the world see his dirty laundry. Because nobody wants when you have a situation with your family, you don't want that family situation getting out in the public. That's why you'll do it in the confines of your house. You'll argue, but you'll argue in the house. You don't see couples. If you see a couple arguing in the store, that means that relationship is damn near over with. If they're arguing in public, that means that relationship is at an all-time low. So the same thing you see with Esau's right now is his relationship with his own society is at all-time low. Because all you see is a split. You got people that hate Trump, people that want Trump, people that do this, people that do that, think this is wrong, that is wrong. All of it is the confusion. The Most High is acting. This is the Most High doing his works, man. He's doing his works on Esau. And then I shared the story earlier today that Putin said, Russia said that the nuclear option is on the table when it comes to Crimea. That's not on the news. So, and they've already fortified Crimea. They're ready for something to come up in the spring. The tanks are supposed to be in Ukraine. All of these things should be in the news, but guess what? They're not in the news because they want everybody concentrated to BREAD Circus, which is this court case. Everybody's gonna be watching this. It's gonna be like OJ. Remember when everybody was watching the OJ case? Everybody was trying to see how if they were gonna hem OJ up. Same thing they're watching now. None of this means anything if this man, and they want to say he's going to be sentenced to 160 some years. Esau's going to lose it, man. These Edomites, these Bible, not even Bible Belt Edomites, these down south patriot oath keepers, they're going to go crazy. If not, they're already planning to do to certain things, and they're going to blame it on the situation, because it's easy to say when you have what men that are the agenda to say you Negroes are a threat, because the world knows that you're not training, you don't have that know-how to overthrow a supposed government. But guess what? Esau can tie in with these patriots and these oath keepers, because what? They're military trained, and that was already in the Megiddo report, or Project Megiddo, about the soldiers. They already had a contingent for the soldiers that they were going to use. They were going to take out certain of the soldiers in the first waves, because they're the trained ones, and then you're going to have the untrained civilians. So this is already plans, man. We're deep thick of something getting ready to pop off, and it's not coincidence they're doing it coming to spring. They're doing it coming to the spring weather, because they know what happens when the weather gets warm. People start being out, people start being active, people start being more irritable when it comes to the time we living in, because you have a lack of jobs, you have a lack of payment, all of these things are economics. We're in a psychological warfare right now. Everything you see is psychological, because Esau's using the show stops. And what should show you that? In the time of the pandemic, everybody was fearful. Everybody was fearful. And why? If you watch the news, guess what? You're gonna be fearful. You're gonna think something's happening, something's going on. There's a boogeyman under your bed. And that's what the magic of his movies are, and his screening, not movies, but his motion pictures, if you want to say that. Because a lot of these, because who owns the news stations? Walt Disney owns a lot of these news programs and these news companies, and they all follow the same exact script. So if you see something being played everywhere, that means it's a red flag. That means that they want you to pay attention to that. Just like a magician that does a trick. The point of the trick is you want to make sure to make it, they look where you don't want them to look. And then the trick goes on behind them. Damn magic trick. When I seen Secret Service and all this, and I said, damn, for a court case? What? For what? But now I understand, when you look deeper into it, that this is nothing but bread and circus. This is entertainment, because it's gonna have the people talking back again with this whole racial tension, this whole Democrats, Republicans, all this stuff is gonna come back up, and it's gonna come up just in time for the spring and the summertime. So it's gonna pop up. Now you're gonna have animosity. You're gonna have a lot more violence. You're gonna have a lot more. This is gonna bring a lot more stuff than just a court case. And if this man gets sentenced, oh, best believe you're gonna have oath keepers. You're gonna have something that's gonna happen, man. They were already talking about. There's a news story I seen about them taking down infrastructure. They had plans that there were certain attacks on infrastructures of America. And then they can say these train accidents, they were initiated by who knows what, doing who knows what. These things are what we got to look for, man. But when I seen the Trump case, I said, this is bread and circus, man. This is nothing but entertainment, because guess what? They set the guy up. That whole riot at the Capitol, that was set up. That was meant to happen regardless how it took place. Because guess what? If it was Jake's, if it was you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that ran up on the Capitol of the U.S., you wouldn't have ran out. I'll tell you that much. If it was a bunch of Negroes that came together and said, we're gonna go to DC and we're gonna take over and we're gonna, get the vice president, they would call out the army and they would gun Jake down. They didn't gun nobody down. They barely, and some of those people are getting off their cases because it's being swept under the rug. Some of them are getting time, some of them are not, but they're only charging a small amount. But if it was you, Jakes, everyone on those cameras, at every picture they seen, they would hunt you down until your last day, until you were brought to so-called justice. But with this, it's oh, it's being tempered down. They don't put that in the news. They don't have those court cases going because it's not important. It's not what they want you to watch. Because that whole thing with the White House was set up, and I say that that's my own personal mentality behind it. Because I know this video probably go other places. But the main thing we got to watch out for is now is the prophecies, and this is the Most High dismantling Esau bit by bit, piece by piece. Everything we watching right now is a glorious thing, man, because the Lord is getting ready to judge this earth. He's not. It's not going to be pretty, man. The Most High said He's long suffering. He says, "Long time hold my peace, but I will no longer hold His peace." He gonna cry like a travailing woman, man. The Lord is getting ready to do big things on the earth. He has been. I always say, getting ready, or He's going to. He is doing. We're in the midst of the Lord's works, man. Everything you see every day is something that the Lord is bringing forth. That's why it says His judgments go out each morning. Each day, the Most High's judgments and His works. He seals the instructions. Something's gonna come out of this Trump case that we got to pay attention to. Not the actual case. I mean, if brothers want to watch it, that's on you. Be my guest. If there's some information, let it out. Share it with the body. But the main point is there's going to be something that comes out of this case that's going to lead to another agenda. They want gun control. They had the shooting just now. What did they say? The first thing they said, assault rifles, AR-15s, gun control. That's what they were screaming right after the school shooting. Gun control, gun control. So they have an agenda, and the narrative, follow the money. And the money's not sometimes money, but follow the benefits. Money is who benefits from the situation. All right. So that was just it. I just wanted to, touch base on that, because this goes back to Rome, that bread and circus spirit, but this is a different version of it. Just like wrestling and football, all them things are just entertainment for you to be distracted. But something is going to come out of this that's going to lead to another fulfillment of their agenda, man. I say that in the spirit. So with that, I want to say, call Haloim Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachak the water brother for them precepts, man. I thought I had a little bit more time to go into it, but you know how this damn world does, man. By the time you blink, you got to do some other shit, man. But hey, call Haloim Yahbashim Yahshai, Bahashem Rachak for the opportunity to do this lesson. Lord willing, it's an edifying lesson. And look into the word bread and circus and see a little bit more understanding on that. So with that, I say shalom. And as always, keep faith. Shalom.